Well, a vigorous upper-level trough is going to be the focus for severe storms today into tonight and also late Friday across the plains and the upper Midwest, and then that activity will track east into Saturday. So we have a slight risk for severe storms today, level 2 out of 5 for mostly eastern South Dakota, potentially in Nebraska, and then far western Minnesota is the area that we're looking at here for potential strong storms with the initial development of those storms. And then the same feature will be responsible for redevelopment of some strong storms across eastern Minnesota into Wisconsin, eastern Iowa, and northwestern Illinois for late in the afternoon Friday into Friday night. Potentially more widespread severe weather as we head into that late Friday scenario. So this is the upper level trough. You can even see it with this sort of line of clouds that extends all the way down into portions of Colorado, even New Mexico. This broad upper level trough is cool air aloft, so as that moves over the steamy air that allows storms to pop up here. We've also got a surface low kind of lining up right along with that. So that first wave of energy will track east in the upper levels, touching off the first round of storms, and then a second round of upper level energy or vorticity will be moving in as we head into late on Friday, giving another boost to storm development. In addition, we're going to have a low level jet stream. These are winds just about 4,000 or 5,000 feet up that really get going in the overnight hours, transporting moisture and warmth north to help feed all this. So we can see that moisture here in the middle levels of the atmosphere. But importantly, look at the brown areas. That's dry air punching in on the backside of whatever develops. Same thing tomorrow. Nice streak of dry air. And dry air in the mid-levels of the atmosphere is important for creating severe wind gusts. You want lots of moisture in the lower atmosphere, but in the middle atmosphere, you want that cool, dry air that punches into the storm, because then the moisture evaporates into it, and that allows that air to cool as that moisture evaporates and it plummets to the ground, creating those severe wind gusts. And that's why we're looking at that wind threat as a primary threat here for both today and tomorrow's severe weather. So kind of a small area of the highest CAPE or energy values for thunderstorms today and instability. So that's why we're looking at relatively small, slight risk area in eastern South Dakota. But tomorrow we're looking at a lot more broad energy, Minnesota, and then down into even parts of Missouri and Arkansas. It's going to get pretty juicy. In addition to all those ingredients that we have in place for the Thursday activity, but we're also going to have more SHEAR, which helps to organize storms from Minnesota down into Missouri. So there's potential for some of those storms initially tomorrow to have maybe a little bit better chance of seeing a few tornadoes spin up. It's still going to be primarily a severe wind gust and large hail threat, but slightly better setup maybe for some tornadoes. So here are the storms initially developing 5 p.m. Thursday, and then we'll really fill into a line. Severe weather is going to drop off pretty quickly as it moves across Minnesota, though, because it'll be late in the night, a lot of the energy gone. So best chance for those severe wind gusts are really going to be in South Dakota, maybe some lingering activity into far western Minnesota, but you can see these gusts fall below the severe criteria, which are these orange and red blotches as it moves across Minnesota. But eastern Minnesota will have its chance tomorrow, as well as Wisconsin, because we're going to see that second area of development, eastern Minnesota Friday, and then also into parts of Kansas and Missouri, kind of two separate clusters maybe of severe wind gusts and large hail that develop with this second round of activity on Friday. So when we look at the wind gust swath, you can really see more of those across Minnesota, Wisconsin in particular, but then also maybe some severe wind gusts here on the Kansas into Oklahoma, Missouri, northern Arkansas area too. So again, maybe more widespread severe activity late Friday into Friday night. And then the focus for all that is going to shift further east into Saturday. We're looking at Indiana, Ohio, parts of northwestern Kentucky for the next chance of some severe storms.